that was many years ago, you know. You asked me a question, so I have to go kind of reflect on where everything started, and as a youngster back in Yugoslavia, former Yugoslavia, because the country has different republics at this time and different independent nations, I guess. We didn't have a real soccer ball, you know. We grew up just kicking the rag ball, you know. You get a rope, you tie an old shirt, and we kick around, you know. And one of the parents had a job in Germany. When he came from Germany, he brought the rubber ball, and we kicked that ball for a while. And how to play the game, you know. We just keep playing. We didn't have a coach, but we got together and we just played the game. And so when I made the real youth team, and referring to seeing the soccer ball, the real ball, was in the beginning of the game, where we as a youth would play a mini game before the professionals play. And there was this beautiful ball, black and white, stitched, real soccer ball, sitting there, never kicked before, and in the grass, middle of the field. I walked to it, I picked it up, and I smelled that leather. And to this day, when I go places, I go to Blythe's and I go to Dick's and I sport stores, I go buy soccer balls and I pick the ball. I love the smell of leather, you know. Just reminds me of that one day where we actually played with real ball. That brings some good memories. There was no place to play, you know. I came to visit my dad, whom I haven't seen for 16 years when I came in here, so, you know, that was an emotional experience, but I was looking to play somewhere, you know, and there was no place to play, and one of my friends said there's a game in Porridge, there's a friendly game or some game going on in Porridge, you're going to play, and I said, I'll play, you know, and so there was a game there, just off the Central Avenue by the middle school. I forgot the name of the middle school there. That's where I played, and college coach was there watching the game. How that happened, just certain destiny was there. Somebody was watching up above and say, okay, right place at the right time. It was Coach Stefankovic, who was head coach at St. Francis College in Fort Wayne, and after the game he came to me and said, you want to play college soccer? And I couldn't understand a word he said. Because my English was very limited, so I had to ask my buddy, hey, what he's talking about. He said, I want to give you a scholarship. What does scholarship mean? The word scholarship. I mean, my English was very broken at that time. I mean, it was a situation that, again, the coach liked what he saw out there, and I ended up playing 4 years in college. Thanks for that coach and Coach Stefankovic, who was there watching the game, and from there it was just love for the game, you know. You know, player development is something that what I'm all about, you know. On any level, you can always get better. You know, and seeing on a state level, an Olympic development level, and kids, hundreds of kids trying out, and we get down to magic number 18, and you see, you know, players discouraged sometimes, some walk away from the game, you know, and others continue, persevere, and come back and work on that. So, you know, I learned a lot about the personalities and also about the work ethic, you know, persistence, you know, and resilience and ability to come back and never give up. I was told, you never give up, you know, you keep trying, keep working hard. If you have a passion for something, you love something, you're going to continue with it. Even if you fail, that's a learning process. You know, makes you stronger, makes you better, and you continue working hard at it, and it's worthwhile. In my past experiences, yeah, there were some difficult times, but at the end of the day, you just don't give up. You know, I'm optimist. I think, you know, things will happen. We'll be better. It's okay. And then at the end, it does happen, and all of a sudden, you know, it's like, wow, you know, this does work. So you just can't unplug and give up. I take a lot of pride, you know. People tell me that I bleed green, you know, because I love the community, love the school, you know, our Viking pride that's there instilled over the years that I've been there, and you know, not just wins the losses. You know, we're proud about our accomplishments and then championships and so on, but I see my former players coming back and following us wherever we go and sending messages and emails. They're young men, they have families already now, so there's a certain tradition, you know. As I have in my office, you know, tradition never graduates. You know, players graduate, new players come in, but tradition never graduates. So I think we laid a foundation in this community and with the region that we set standard of competition, and we really take a lot of pride in what I do. You know, I think coaching is the highest level of teaching. You know, You can't just go there and talk about it. You know, you need to demonstrate, you be part of it, and show that you really have a passion for and a love for the game. It reflects and generates new energy with the players because they're smart. You know, they know if their leader, their coach really cares about them. And I love my players. It's about the character building, you know. Perhaps some people perceive me as an old school coach, you know, with understanding. I'm old school and new school. I have 3 sons of my own, you know, and I treat my team and my players like I would treat my own sons, you know. What's important is they understand, first of all, that I care about them. You know, there's that love and caring for every one of those players. They're there because I want them to be there and they have a right to be there. Number 2, I select the players not just because of their talent. I select the players with their attitude and their positiveness and their respect for their parents, the teachers, each other, and the coaching staff. And so that is, to me, is more important than winning and losing games, is character building. And somebody that, after all these years, I had Kenny Curlis, for example, the young man who played for me at Valparaiso High School. He called me a few days ago, and he still calls me a coach. Coach, congratulations on being nominated Hall of Fame. They mean a lot to me, you know. And I just saw him this past Sunday at Notre Dame IU game in South Bend. So there are players who graduate, have their families, and they can call me by my first name. They still call me coach. And the young man is in his 30s now. So there is some impact, you know, and I feel like, you know, we are helping these young men become good, honest citizens with a lot of honesty and integrity, and also respect for the work what we do here. So I'm very proud, you know, of the young men when they step outside and they go into the world and they go to businesses and they become respectable men. They come back and they say, Coach, thanks for what you did for me. So that means a lot to me. 18 seniors on that team. A little bit emotional about talking about those guys, you know, because that group, they were not just players, you know. Some people, oh, they just play. We had dinner, every week we have a dinner at somebody's house. You know, that's our tradition. We eat together. We pray together. We cry together, we laugh. So we developed this attitude of togetherness that we care for each other off the field, on the field, in the classroom. And that group, with that many seniors, was unbelievable how well they got along, you know. They couldn't wait to see each other at somebody's home. And that group just clicked, you know. They not just because, you know, we played well. We played really well. You know, we didn't hope to win. We expected to win. Our expectations were like, you know, we're going to take care of the business when we step in the field. But, you know, these guys, they joke and they laugh and they had a lot of fun along the way. So from game to game, we went on and we had fun and we kept winning the games and we ate at each other's houses. We found out about the mom and dad and a cat and a dog. And so that's how unit became. We're a big family, you know. I think that's a cliche sometimes, but this group actually was really, really tight. And so, you know, and they just keep winning these games. And, you know, one time we were down at Elkhart game 2-0 at halftime, which is uncharacteristic of this team. We've never been down before then. We're number 1 in the state. And second half, I had to kick him in the butt a little bit, have a few words of wisdom at halftime. They came back and we won the game. You know, not just for tying the game, we won the game 5-2. So we just kept working at the end of the game. So what happened? What was the difference between first half and second half? I said, Coach, we decided to play. So it was funny. But Cameron Williams, who scored 60+ goals over the years, I think he had 3 goals in that game, and he just took it on himself. And of course, with the young guy on the wing, Hunter, and helped my son Daniel in the back, I think he had a goal off the free kick. After that, we never lost a game. We went down the state, and my ring is still here, so it's, you know, I think it glows at night, you know, too, and I'm proud of that, you know. But that group of players were very special. I had many good teams over the years, you know. We have won DSC championships 11 years in a row. This particular year, we tied for first place this year, so we're back there. But other programs are improving as well, you know. But I take a lot of pride in what I do with my kids, and like I said, there is more than just kicking the soccer ball if you play for me. You know what? I coach and I teach just because I have a passion and love for it. You know, I don't teach because of any accolades. I don't even think about them. And so when the phone call came from Indianapolis, from the president of association, I was surprised. I was surprised because I didn't know how to act, relate to it, you know. That was an honor, you know, to be nominated to begin with. And I didn't know actually who nominated me until later on. It was one of our colleagues, actually a rivalry coach up in Chesterton, Mr. Galloway. I think he did it because over a few years he said, you should be in there, and I just moved forward. You know, I do what I do because I love what I do. And so when the phone call came that I was nominated, I was really honored that I was nominated. A few days later they called me and they said, you will be inducted in the Hall of Fame. And I'm a pretty good speaker. I mean, that's what I do. I'm a professional educator. I teach and I speak. You know, that's what I do on a daily basis. But that speech was a little bit more emotional for me because it was different. Not because there were 1,000 people there watching, just because it was something special that somebody actually looked what I accomplished over these years. And those 26 years, 26 seasons at high school level, and in addition to that, 8 years at the collegiate level. But this is focusing more on really accomplishments on high school level. And I guess I did something right after all these years, you know. Well, a long time ago, one of the coaches told me, when I made the team, he said, son, your talent brought you here. Your attitude keeps you here. It didn't hit me right away what he meant by that. Then I look at dictionary, because I'm very good about, you know, vocabulary and terms and new words. I said, well, attitude, what does that mean? It means a lot. It's how we act, how we treat people, what we expect from ourselves, how we carry ourselves, our language, and our personality that goes with it on a daily basis. I think it's very important that that talent is there, but what's more important is that you have an attitude of being a good teammate, being a respectful teammate, setting example, and being positive with yourself and all the people around you. So if you want to go to the next level, you have to have understanding, with understanding that attitude is about 90% about this game. Yeah, you can teach the skills. We can teach in the camps. You can pass the ball, but when you step on the field, your personality is reflected much more than just about passing or scoring the goal. And so with that, I think that if the player is humble enough to say, you know what, I'm here to improve. I respect the game. I respect the fans, coaches, my teachers, because they're here to help me become the best I can be. You're going to go a long way.